I offer my obeisances time and again unto my spiritual master, unto Shri Gaurachandra, Srimati Radhika, her associates in her holy abode, Sri Vrindavan, and unto Sri Krishna, his devotees, and the devotees of his devotees. May they bless us with the most profound understanding of the subject matter. We are in part 11 of Light Casts No Shadows, translated on the go from German, the article of Armin Risi. And we've been discussing the transition from atheistic to theistic monism. So now we are discussing spiritual God realization. Whereas in Brahman realization, the monistic aspect of oneness with God is highlighted, the more encompassing levels of theism realize more of the individual aspect of God realization. God as an absolute individual is simultaneously immanent and transcendently present everywhere. And if we speak of God's immanent aspect, we are saying, or we are talking about, his all-presence, the all-presence of consciousness inside creation. And that is called the Paramatma realization. It means that one realizes oneself as a relative individual, Atma, and God as absolute individual, Paramatma. And thus, one avoids the last trap of Maya, because one does not falsely think of oneself as an independent Atma or atom of consciousness. On the contrary, one realizes that all possible life is only happening by the immanent presence of divine consciousness, and that one can never ever act independent or completely free from that. The cosmic intelligence is here realized as the creative working factor of God's individuality, and not just the working of abstract energies and morphogenetic fields. In other words, it is understood that those energies and morphogenetic fields have their source in some supreme consciousness, personified consciousness, because even in this world we can see that no energy, be it in a battery or whatever is stored, will work in a directed way without a personal will who's applying the energy. That is why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 9:4-6, in the complete creation, I am the uncreated. In my invisible form, I am immanent or present. Everything is in me but I am not confined by everything. And at the same time, everything is not in me. Just as shadow may be surrounded by light, or shadows may be surrounded by light, but are not directly in the light. This is the mystery of my individuality. Further, all creations and created beings emanated from me and also are resting in me. But I am not everything, even though I am in everything. Just as the moving air is filling divine space, but is at the same time different from that space. In the same way, everything is in me. End of quote. The pointing towards this simultaneous reality realities of I am here and I am not here, I am everything, but I am not in everything, is referring to the immanent and transcendent aspects of God. In the immanent energetic aspect, God is everything and everywhere. But in the transcendent individual aspect, God is not everything and not everywhere. Just as light is not everywhere, even though it is everything and is not casting a shadow itself. The extra realization of the transcendent aspect of God, God's individuality, in Sanskrit is called Bhagavan realization. Bhagavan means that all individual aspects or opulences, bhaga, and is inherent in that, and that is van. So the person or the individual, God, as absolute individual, namely Bhagavan, contains Brahman and Paramatma. But Brahman and Paramatma, the all-pervading and the localized aspect, are not fully Bhagavan. They are just aspects of Bhagavan. In the symbolism of light and shadows, one could say that the sun is the light equals Brahman, as well as the sun rays, Paramatma. But the light and the rays do not contain the sun, even though they are inseparably one and connected. One aspect is superior to the other. The nowadays oftentimes superficially used word spiritual is actually referring to this kind of consciousness, which sees everything, also the material aspects, in the light of divine individuality. It's not just religiosity or esoteric, but that is spirituality in the true sense. So that's been some interesting stuff to contemplate. And thank you for watching. If you like, please signal a like with the button, and if you care, please share the video for the benefit of all and join the discussion. And may the Om Love be with you. Jai Radhe Shyam.